Good morning, Jamie here from the Center for Aligned Living. Thank you so much for tuning into this video, and wherever you are, whenever you're watching it, I hope that I can in some way deliver a message that at least plants a seed for you to have some peace or guidance in the future. I've been encountering a lot of people recently, and as you probably have as well, you may be one of these people who are just simply depleted. And yes, I get depleted, absolutely, but with a conscious living lifestyle and trying to make alignment with Source, God, Goddess, fill in the blank, whatever resonates with you is exactly right. I find that if I'm starting to get depleted, I step back and I say, okay, this is not how I choose to live my life, okay? Sometimes you have responsibilities and you have to hammer through those, absolutely. But, you have to continue. You can't pour from an empty cup, so you have to fill your cup. And I want to make this the most effective video as possible in a short period of time, but I have found that just going back to Source is the absolute first step, and it works every time for me, but it's a process, okay? So maybe you're not there. Maybe it takes longer for you to come into alignment. Maybe you're living externally far more than you're comfortable with or that you're even aware of, and that's fine because it's all about awareness. Just tune in to how you are feeling. If you are feeling depleted, let's mix it up. Okay, at that moment when you're feeling depleted, if you cannot do anything about it, like your normal go-tos of filling up your cup, if you will, then another fast, easy way is just to practice gratitude. So it's as simple as, and I know that I'm not coming up with this stuff. I've heard it before, and I've incorporated it into my lifestyle. You're washing dishes, right? You've got a bunch of them, or you just, while you're washing them, turn it into a meditation, just of gratitude. Just be grateful that you have dishes, that apparently you had people to share food with. You had food. I know it sounds so basic, but I think as a society, as in the world, we have so many people who just don't feel good, okay? They're depleted, they're not living the lives they want, and a lot of this can be remedied by changing your mindset. And having an attitude of gratitude absolutely is a brilliant, fast, effective way to feeling better, okay? So maybe you're not going to go from feeling, like very angry to blissful in one fell swoop, and that's totally fine. But what you want to do is try to ratchet up your feelings, your emotions. And, why wouldn't you want to feel better? Okay, if you're angry, you're angry. Be angry for a moment, but try to just be aware of it and be less reactive, because in the emotional reactions is where a lot of us are causing problems for ourselves, okay? We bite somebody's head off. We flip somebody off. We say something that we really wish that we could take back. And that we are all going to do that. We're human, okay? It's going to happen. And so practice the pause. Stop even after it happened, and then go back and say, okay, you know what? I had a reaction there. I've given it a moment, and this is really what I'm thinking and feeling about this situation, okay? So this is probably nothing that you don't already know somewhere. But I don't think many of us are practicing this, right? We're just turning into depleted people, and we have to get back to, sometimes we have to say no. And if you're not comfortable, we can't do it all, right? Especially today. My goodness, it's insane the amount, that's exciting, the amount of opportunity that we have, and, demands, if you will. But I don't know about you, but when I stopped being on demand, my life became a lot easier. And I have a hard time saying no because I'm a people pleaser. And so I did a video on this. If you're not comfortable saying no, say nope. It's softer, kind of fun, and it eases you into having some boundaries. And I think that's another part of being, keeping yourself from becoming depleted is having some boundaries. And we don't have to just continuously do, or give. Assess the situation. Go to your inner self and see what resonates with you at that moment. I'm not saying break all your commitments, and I'm not, we have to do things. We have responsibilities. The world's going to keep turning. We have goals. But I think that we are making life a lot more difficult on ourselves than we have to, and it's with our mindset. So you always have a choice. You have a choice about what you think. You have a choice about how you feel about a certain, or how you frame a certain situation, right? And if it's a situation that you just can't tolerate, then make steps. Take the steps. Make a plan to remove yourself from that situation. If you've done all you can, you've done all you can, okay? Some situations you just aren't meant to be in. Maybe you were meant to be there for a while and learn, and then, again, I just can't say it enough because I'm on this platform. I'm not saying shrug your responsibilities. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying just take a step back, practice the pause, practice gratitude, and determine, which direction is best for you in your life. And try to start feeling better. Do whatever it takes for you to fill up your cup. It is not a bad thing to be selfish. I don't know when selfish became, like a negative word. I mean, I can see where, yes, absolutely, if you're self-centered and never take into consideration anything else, I can see where that would be negative. However, if you never take yourself into consideration, you're going to end up down the road like in a life or in patterns that you're going to have to break, and you're going to be uncertain on how to do that maybe, and you're going to be kind of maybe deep in a hole, I don't know. Or maybe it'll just go great for you. We're all different. We're all on our own journeys. I'm just trying to convey to you how taking care of yourself is not in any way a negative thing. It is it's imperative. No one else is going to do it, so just take ownership, take responsibility, personal responsibility. You have a choice. Take care of yourself, and you're going to have so much more energy. You're going to have joy in your life. I mean, imagine that you didn't take yourself into consideration in situations, and you're just like, well, somebody asked me to do it, and I said yes, and then guess what? You don't want to do it, and then you get resentful. Well, who are you really punishing here? I mean, ultimately you, number one. Resentment's horrible. And then you're not pleasant to be around other people. And then it's like, well, I really didn't want you to do it for me if you're going to be like with this attitude. Well, you asked me. It's like, no, you can say no. I don't know what you're thinking. That's the thing. Nobody knows what the other person is thinking, so we have to have communication and we have to have dialogue, and sometimes it's exhausting, right? We're not even doing that with ourselves. I say start with yourself. Figure out what you want, because then you're going to be pleasant, right? And don't you just want to feel better? I think we all want to feel better, and you have the power. You have choices. You can decide what you're going to think about. If you're dwelling on a past situation, I told my friend the other day, I said, I'm not going back there. I mean, you can't. You cannot go back to yesterday, only in your head. And the way that you're framing yesterday in your head is setting you up for where you are going. Simple as. I'm going to say that again. You cannot go back to yesterday. The only part of yesterday that you can revisit are your memories. How you're framing those in your mind today is building your future, okay? Maybe you screwed up royally. We all have, okay? But if that's what you dwell on, if that's your takeaway, I am a screw up. See? That's what's in your head. So what kind of a future are you building for yourself by having that? that mindset. So you have the opportunity to change your mindset. And so you reframe it. You're like, yeah, it happened, but this is what I gained from it. This is my takeaway. I learned that I should have boundaries, or that I do, but I wasn't implementing them. You see where I'm going with this? And then you're empowering yourself. You are living in your power by choosing your thoughts, your beliefs, because a belief is simply something you continue to tell yourself, right? You can change your beliefs, even the ones that are deep, 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 okay? Takes practice, but you can do it. I'm doing it. My clients are doing it. My friends are doing it. It's so exciting to watch. People are, this my little circle, we're becoming so much less reactive and just easy flowing, and it's really just beautiful and fun. It's so much fun. All my dreams haven't come true yet. I'm sorry. Okay, so anyway, you see my point. If you're feeling bad, why are you feeling bad? Ask yourself, what can I do right now to feel better? And if you don't know, if you can't get aligned in that moment, do your best to practice gratitude, okay? You can do it. Stop the negative thoughts that are going on in your head. You don't need to be doing that, okay? Don't beat yourself up. The world's in line to do that, I think, sometimes. This is how we change the world, okay? We all want a happier, peaceful, joyful world. This is how we do it. We change ourselves, okay? You can do it. I'm doing it. Let's do it together, okay? So if you need help, find a practitioner that can help you. Talk to somebody. Go deep. Don't be afraid of going deep. And it's layers. Maybe you go really far one day, and then maybe you bounce back up, It's a process, but it gets easier, and you start to go, oh, that's what's happening with me. You even identify your own patterns. It's so exciting. It's such a blissful place to be. So I want you to be there too. So give it a try. Reach out for help if you need it, and I will see you again next week. Thank you so, so much. Take care.